everybody, and welcome back to my channel for a brand new speed build video here with me, Addict. Today we are in The Sims 2, we are in Bluewater Village, and this is the first of my sort of in-between seasons of Pleasantview speed builds that I will be bringing to you hopefully once or twice a week for the foreseeable future. So we have a lot of work to do in our Pleasantview series, basically because I have completely changed my downloads folder, and so I need to renovate pretty much every single lot in the game. But I also have a long list of lots that I want to build and add to the neighborhoods that we play with, so Pleasantview, Bluewater Village and downtown, to make the game more what's the word I'm looking for? Integrated and alive, and give us more community lots, places we can eat out, places we can go and do things. And this lot here is the first of those sorts of lots. So this is a cafe slash like brunch spot. We might have it be open for dinner once or twice a week as well. And this cafe is based very heavily on a cafe that I used to frequent quite a lot back in Adelaide when I lived in the city. The cafe was called the Front Page Cafe, and this one here I have named the Waterfront Cafe because we are right along the sort of front water stretch in Bluewater Village. The ironic thing about this cafe is that even though it's called the Waterfront Cafe, it actually faces away from the water and you can't see the water at all from within the cafe. It's sadly common, I think. But anyway, it's still called the Waterfront Cafe. So yeah, this is the general layout of the build. I've kind of not been talking about what I'm doing at all, but I did a little bit of constrained floor elevation to give myself space to put a big business sign. It stays as that sign for most of the build, but I end up changing it towards the end of the footage. I don't even think I record it, but I've definitely got some screenshots of it, the new sign that'll be up there. But you'll also notice that I've put some weird hedges on either side of the building, and that's because I wanted to shrink this lot after I had built it. So that's something I'm going to do. My plan for this waterfront area is that we're going to have sort of like wall-to-wall businesses. So right next to this one, we're going to renovate the gym and have it sort of line up with this lot so it looks like it's all one big building. So let me actually talk about what I'm doing. Here, I am trying to put up some cafe blinds, and I end up getting rid of them because I didn't like them. But what I had in mind, I'll put a picture on the screen now. And this is the actual lot that this is based off of in Adelaide. There's like blinds that they bring down when it's either like, you know, bad weather or really hot weather to shield the people who are eating outdoors. I really wished I could have done that. I don't have anything that's right for that in The Sims 2. I did have a little bit of a look online and I couldn't find anything that I liked that looked reasonable. So we end up going without those cafe blinds, but if any CC creators out there want to make me some cafe blinds, I would really enjoy that. Just some like semi-transparent blinds to sort of, yeah, just like shield outdoor eating areas, I think would be really, really cool. I don't know how to do semi-transparency with meshing, but believe me, I have a long list of things that I would like to mesh after doing this build. So, you know, one day, maybe if I have time, never. But yeah, so the interior is based very heavily off of the Front Page Cafe. If you're a local to Adelaide, by the way, and you've been to the Front Page Cafe, I hope you enjoyed it. I used to love this cafe. It was within walking distance from a house that I lived in for a few years, and I really miss it. I wish I could still go to the Front Page Cafe, but yeah, no, I don't live in Adelaide anymore, so never mind. But yeah, the interior decorations and everything was all based very heavily off of what is actually in that cafe. So we have a large kitchen area, we have a large eating area. Off to the side here, we do actually have a office and staff room, which I added because I want this to be a playable business. This business is actually owned by Jodie Larson, who I've moved in from the catalogue. Temporarily, at least. I don't know if she's going to stay being the one who owns this business, but for now, she's the one who owns this business. So yeah, we've got a staff room, bathrooms, and the main sort of eating area, and now we're starting to work on the kitchen. So the way the Front Page Cafe works in reality is that it's open for brunch and lunch, so breakfast and lunch, pretty much every day of the week. And then a couple of nights of the week, it is also open for dinner. So I wanted, and it's got a wood-fired pizza oven, and it does mostly like pizza and pasta as its two main like dinner things you can get, but mostly it's a brunch spot. So I wanted to have a lot of options for people to come in and get some brunch. This is a functioning restaurant, like a Sims 2 restaurant. so the Sims can come in, sit down and have a meal. But there's going to be a wide range of different cafes in Bluewater Village that I'm going to be building and opening up. This one is a functional restaurant, not all of them will be. But yeah, so basically along the front here, we have a coffee machine. So you can come in and get a coffee. And then next to that, we're going to have a restaurant podium. So we're going to be able to both come in and just for a cup of coffee and a piece of cake if you want to, or you're also going to be able to come in and order yourself a nice lunch. And I have actually gone to the trouble of setting the menu for this restaurant because like I said, I made it an owned business. I've actually gone to the trouble of setting the menu to serve only what I think a brunch spot like this would serve. So yeah, that's kind of the front desk area, and then the front counter area. And then we've got some menu boards that in the front page cafe, they just hang down from the roof, like they're just hanging attached to the roof. So I sort of wanted to attach them to something here in my game. So I use these beams for most of the video footage that you'll see. But towards when I was like doing a little bit of touching up off camera, I find something slightly different to attach those things to that's a little less chunky. So that does actually change in the final build. But yeah, so there's some hanging menus there. It actually has a lot of menus in reality. But yeah, I just put a couple of these in to service the Sims. And we're working on some lighting here, as you can see. You know, it's so funny. I have so much lighting in my Sims 2 downloads folder and I still always want more. It's terrible. I have a problem. I have an addiction to CC. You guys have no idea how many times I like paused this recording to go and download more CC to put into this lot. It's shameful, really. But yeah, so you can see here we've got a couple of really simple bathrooms that are kind of out the back of the lot. And next to the bathrooms, there's actually, it's meant to be like a cool room. It's just got 3 fridges in it. In terms of The Sims 2, it doesn't really make that much sense. But in reality, businesses like this would have a cool room. They have like, you know, fridge and freezer rooms, not just a small fridge and freezer. So yeah, one of the projects that I want to do eventually one day when I decide to get back into meshing is I want to do like a whole industrial kitchen set with like industrial kitchen benches, industrial fridges. When I say, sorry, industrial, what I mean is like commercial, a commercial kitchen set. So commercial kitchen benches, commercial fridges, commercial freezers. I just think it could be so much fun. But yeah, these bathrooms are nothing to write home about. There's a hand dryer, there's some paper towel, there's some toilets. It'll service your Sims and that's all you need. I did also end up actually downloading more recolors of those beams that I'm using there. They're actually in the architecture category of build mode and they come with the game. Like if you have the Ultimate Collection, you have those beams in your game and you can use them. And Kaylee83 on Tumblr has actually recolored them in iCad's Woods, and I love iCad's Woods. I recolor everything in iCad's Woods. So yeah, I do it. I actually have them downloaded now, which is nice. And then along here, I'm fiddle-farting around here a little bit with some OMSPs and some Buggy Boo's Nooks and Niches, just to try to create a little bit of a divider, because again, basing this off of the cafe that it's based on in real life, there's a little bit of a shelf in between where you walk in, and then around the other side of the shelf is sort of the dining area. On this side of it, there is dining, but it's more casual. So yeah, I use these shelves. I don't know where they're from. They're really nice. And I try to put a little bit of deco on them. So I've got some cafe restaurant menus here that I'm putting out there because yeah, in the front page cafe, you walk in and along that kind of section, there's menus and there's cutlery that you can grab if you're dining in. Yeah, the way this cafe functions in Adelaide is it's very much, you know, you can drop in and take something away, or you can drop in and have something to eat and sit down and eat it. So yeah, just a little bit of decor on those shelves. I didn't fill them up entirely, but I just wanted something a bit cute and a bit fresh. Then along this front window here, again, this is based on how the cafe is. We have some bar seating, I guess, or like island counter seating. So we have some stools along there where you can sit and have a coffee, which looks really cute. And yeah, I just pulled a counter out there for reference to see which way I actually needed to orientate my my island counters, because I had no idea which way they were actually supposed to face, but I figured it out eventually. And then yeah, in the actual cafe, there's actually more seating, like tables and chairs over here. I end up I put them in temporarily here in the build, but I end up getting rid of them because the space is too small. Scale is always a bit tricky to get right in The Sims, and in reality, of course, we can squish into small spaces a lot easier than The Sims can squish into small spaces. So yeah, while you can see there's tables and chairs here now, I actually get rid of them in front of that counter area just so that there's better routing in general in the lot. And then we're putting some tables and chairs in over here. Again, in the real lot, in the real cafe, the tables are actually all on a diagonal. I don't think you can put tables on a diagonal, dining tables on a diagonal, sorry, in The Sims 2 and have them function, so I just put them all straight. I was like, that'll do. And then I actually remember to paint the ceiling, 10 points Addict, because yeah, the actual cafe has a black ceiling above the dining area, and it actually really adds to the lot. I actually really like how that turned out. But yeah, you can see I was just like, nah, there is just not enough space for these, for this table. I'm just going to put a little dividing half wall in here instead and call that good enough. So yeah, I do mess around with a few different styles of chairs. I think I end up sticking with the first ones that I picked out. A lot of the content in here is custom, of course. I think hopefully that goes without saying. There is very little vanilla Sims 2 content in this build. The coffee machine is, but of course I've got like a recolor of it where I can sit on everything. Those cabinets are vanilla. They're just the, yeah, like the, I can't remember what they're called. They're the display cabinets. And I do put a little Coke machine in over here because again, in the real cafe, there's a big commercial fridge there where you can order a bottled drink. But I didn't love putting those vending machines there. So yeah, I might end up getting rid of them. I'm not sure. And then now here we're starting work on the actual kitchen area. So the kitchen is open in the cafe. You can see into the kitchen, you can see what they're doing. So that's, I stuck with that for what I was doing here. I wonder if I end up painting that wall there in the freezer room that's not painted. But yeah, so this is where I was like, man, I need some better like industrial counters or commercial counters. I end up using these Buggy Boos ones with like a nice stainless steel finish on the top. But yeah, some commercial stainless steel counters would go down very nicely for The Sims 2. I would quite like that. I played around with doubling the counters up like this, like you can see here. I think I end up just putting in a single row towards the end. No, maybe I leave them as double. I don't remember, to be honest. Oh yeah, no, I think I make it a single row because otherwise I couldn't fit the door to the cool room in. And then yeah, we have some shelving. This is all using Kitchen Basic by Buggy Boos. We have some shelving going along there as well. And we do decorate that with a little bit of kitchen clutter, some bowls and some sauce bottles. And that's, you know, that bench there is like the main food prep area. And as someone who has worked in commercial kitchens, I ran a Hungry Jack's for 4 years, and I worked in the Hungry Jack's for 8 years. So I would really like to be able to create realistic looking commercial kitchen with big stainless steel benches and all that kind of thing, and have the Sims, have it look kind of realistic. I thought that might be fun. So yeah, this wall we're just putting a little bit of wall art up. I find a picture that I like the recolors of, which is this one here. I think it looks really cute. And then a little bit more work in the kitchen here as well. So as I said, this is actually an owned business. This is a functional owned business in the Sims 2 world, and I actually hire as the chef for this lot the one and only Kaylin Langerak, because Kaylin was in need of a job, and she actually has really high cooking skill. So I thought it would be fun to hire Kaylin to work here as the chef, and say she's, you know, working in this cafe and she's got this job, and she's, you know, she's trying to be able to support herself and her child, whose name I can't even remember right now, but I know she has a kid. She had Daniel Pleasant's kid. So yeah, Kaylin Langerak actually works here as the chef, which I thought was quite cute. The restaurant server is Marissa Bendette, which I also gave me a bit of a laugh. And then we have a few other townies that work here too. But yeah, I tried my best with this lot to really up my clutter game. It's something that I'm trying to work on in general with builds, is to make my builds actually cluttered and have things and stuff all around the place. Kitchens, you know, have stuff everywhere. They have containers and bowls and more containers and salads and I don't even know what else everywhere. So I wanted to try to replicate that. and I think I did okay. And then yeah, cluttering up the main counter area as well. You'll see me add a lot of decor to the top of those Decorachill displays. That's what they're called, the Decorachills. There we go. And then here is where I start trying to stock the cabinets just with some display food. I did not make this functional at this stage, so you can't buy the stuff that's inside those Decorachill displays. It's all just for looks. It would be possible for me to change that. I just haven't done it yet because I'd have to put an extra cash register in somewhere. I'd have to have a register where they can actually pay for items and check out. So it's something I'm considering doing. I'm considering moving the restaurant podium, which is that register that you see there. That's actually a restaurant podium. I'm considering moving that. You'll see me here. I play around with the idea of having 2 registers like right next to each other. And then I decided it just would not work, that the game would just quit on me and it would just be like, I don't know how to handle this. So I'm considering putting an invisible restaurant podium just in the middle of the floor as you walk into the lot, and then having that be a cash register where you can buy plates of food from the Decorachill displays. So it's a little bit complicated. It'll make more sense the first time we visit this lot in game, but yeah, I'm still working on it. I'm still deciding exactly how I want this lot to run. But you won't actually see me stock those cabinets completely because I end up downloading more stuff to stock them with off camera and doing that off camera. But yeah, this is the staff room. As I mentioned, it's quite simple. There's just a nice computer and a stool, and I think I put in like a whiteboard. It's meant to just be a place where, the owner of the lot can come and chill, or the staff can come and relax. And this is the last bit of decorating I do. So there's been a time jump here. I've decorated the tables a little more. You'll see that the counters are all stocked, and I'm just putting some art up on here on this fake wall. This is a fake wall. As I said, that's Buggy Boo's nooks and niches that I'm using there. And in a moment, we're going to jump into just some footage of people hanging out and enjoying the cafe. So this is pretty much the cafe done at this stage, actually. Oh, I also repainted the brick, like I redid the brick that you see there. Oh yeah, and I decided to move where the entrance is. I forgot I did that. Yeah, I didn't like where the entrance was because I didn't like where the outdoor tables were. So I just shuffle things around. But yeah, so here's the cafe running. As I said, it's a playable lot. There's Kaylin in the back there working over the stove. There's my fully stocked Decorachill displays. Dirk Dreamer, the whole time I was playtesting this lot, was just constantly ordering coffee. It was quite funny. He just could not get enough coffee, and you can see him down here sitting at the island bench just drinking coffee and chatting with the teenage girls who were visiting the lot. But yeah, so this is the Waterfront Cafe. I hope that you guys like it. I'm very happy with how it turned out. Ignore the bit of pink on the car there in that screenshot. But yeah, so this is the custom recolor of a sign that I made. That actually does say Waterfront Cafe in Simlish, which I thought was quite cute. And yeah, just some still shots of the cafe in action. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this build. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below, and I'll be back later this week, hopefully with another speed reno or speed build of some description here in The Sims 2. But everybody take care. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.